If you start putting these 7 points into action now, you could have a completely different mindset in the next 30 days. Don't believe me? Well, let's jump in and find out. A year ago, I was a completely different person to who I am now. I had totally abandoned myself, my who I amness. I had got lost in the people I know equate to who I am, how I look equates to the worth I hold. And after I was made redundant, which is just over a year ago now, I actually refound myself in a way that was totally unexpected. I've looked back over the last year and uncovered the 7 steps that supported me in completely shifting me from where I was to where I am now, which is very stable, very secure in myself, happy with where I am, still with dreams, but the dreams have changed and how I feel going for those dreams has changed. It's a lot gentler now. It's without all the judgment, and there's a heck of a lot of self-love and self-worth now. The first of the 7 steps to make your mindset unrecognizable is to feel the fire. What is it that's not right in your life? What is it you're feeling? I felt completely lost. I realized I didn't know who I was or what I wanted anymore. And I realized I had put up a wall around me and said, this is who I am, this bit. But inside I was like, I actually don't know who I am. So as soon as that wall was taken down, I was lost. And that can be scary. It can be exciting. It can be unnerving and discombobulating, but it can also mean that you actually are one of the lucky ones. You get to go and find out who you are. The spotlight has been shone on you, that you are feeling something that is going to push you, is going to give you that fire. That is a really exciting thing to feel. And I want you to consider now, what is that that's pushing you forward? You are now maybe feeling a bit vulnerable. Perhaps something has happened that's completely changed your life and you're just feeling a bit lost and confused. Okay, so name that. I'm feeling lost and confused. And you need to accept that, because in accepting that, you're not distracting from it. You're not saying, it's fine, I'll just get another job, or it's fine, I'm over him or her or it. You need to accept where you are. I don't know where to go. I don't know what's next. List it out, accept it, feel that fire, because in accepting all that and acknowledging those feelings of fear, that's going to give you that burst, that power behind you to go, I need to figure this out. And if you ignore how you're feeling now and you just go and watch TV or scroll mindlessly for the next 3 years, you're not going to figure it out. I'd been a Reiki master since 2015 and had tailed off doing it. When I suddenly found myself lost again, that's when my instinct was to kind of come back to a gentler way of being. So I started watching Reiki videos on YouTube of other people doing Reiki. And I thought, I want to do that. That fire led me to go and get reattuned in Reiki and to begin doing the things that I was seeing, that I was resonating with so deeply and knew that was a part of my journey now to share. So where's your fire going to lead you? Once you've accepted that you're feeling a certain way, your energy, your spirit will start to lead you to what brings you joy, to what will help you, heal you, light you up, bring you what you need right now. Whereas if you're just pushing it down and ignoring it, your spirit, your energy won't have the space to get in and help you. So you need to accept it. You need to feel it. You need to find that fire and that drive of, I want what's next. And then that brings us on to number 2, make a choice. So once you've started allowing and you're starting to flow into this idea of not knowingness, but knowing you want to move forward, you'll start to call in and find yourself being drawn to things, people, situations that will encourage you into your next phase. So for me, it was watching these Reiki videos, which just was an idea that came to me out of the blue. And then that's kind of what led me back home and along this path. They were my vehicle for change. So now it's up to you, once you've done this acceptance, what is going to lead you to the next stage? So perhaps if you love writing, maybe you'll do a writing workshop, or maybe you just love writing so much, you're going to start writing short stories and sharing them on Substack. Or you love doing videos and you love being outdoors. So you're going to start creating videos of vlogs of your day when you're walking through the mountains, and you're going to start putting them on YouTube. Perhaps you're going to just start watching people do certain things like I did with the Reiki. Perhaps you love being outdoors and you start watching videos of people doing these outdoorsy things and it inspires you. The important thing is that you don't now just distract yourself with other people's stuff. You are going to be going into situations going, how does this feel for me? Go to some classes, maybe find a healer, maybe find a therapist, but go into things with the open mind of, is this for me? Is this something that's inspiring me? Is this feeling good? Is this something that I want to use, to work with, to work through? So this is the stage where you start to uncover what is your next vehicle for change, for growth, for learning, for uncovering who you are. Third step, just get started. Don't delay, because delay makes it easier to not bother, to just put the TV on, to just scroll endlessly, to get lost in another box set on Netflix. Start a YouTube channel, start documenting your life, start going to classes, start learning a new skill, start watching healers on YouTube, whatever it is, just start, okay? Even if you just start an Instagram account that is documenting this journey, that could be it, that could be enough for you, but just do something. Bearing in mind that what you start isn't necessarily how it's going to end up. I mean, sure, I am still doing Reiki videos, but the number of other things I've done in this year within my spiritual kind of area is unbelievable. And where it's brought me to is unbelievable. And a year ago, I couldn't have imagined that I would be doing what I'm doing now. So don't worry about thinking, if I do that, then I'm stuck with that. You're not. Just start somewhere. And every time you take that step forward, it opens up the next step. And then you'll take another step, and then another step will open. And every step will be a little bit more change. And it will also feel a little bit less scary every single step you take. Okay, number 4, check in. Get the data. How do I feel? What do I need? Does this feel right? Does this feel wrong? Am I on the right path? It's really important that you check the stats as you're going. There were moments where I felt so afraid to take a next step because the step felt too big. I wanted to start offering intuitive online healings with people that weren't face-to-face, so I could do videos for people. I had no idea if my intuitive abilities stretched that far. So I put on TikTok, would anyone like a free intuitive video? Put your comment below and I will do you one. And I started doing them. And I realized that I could do them. And people were coming back to me going, I don't know how you knew that. That's incredible. That's exactly how I'm feeling. I really felt the energy doing this. I feel like this now. And it was working, but it was a terrifying first step. But taking the step allowed me to then check the data. Oh, I can do that. Oh, actually, that's less scary now, the second or third or fourth time. Okay, now I can start offering that as part of my business because I know I can do it. Now, for you, this may or may not end up being something that you do in your business. It could just be doing your first TikTok. Well, that felt terrifying. Okay, but how about your 10th TikTok? Was that less scary? Are you learning? And are you getting more viewers? And are people commenting and relating to you and enjoying what you're doing? And then shift it slightly so that you're able to also offer some support or advice to people in your videos based on what you're learning. Because we get a lot of energy as humans when we give back. So we're not just doing a video about my day, we're doing a video about my day, but also I'm out camping and it started raining and this is a product I absolutely love and it will help you stay dry all day. And I'm not meaning in a kind of influency selling way, although why not? It's part of life now. But I mean literally just in helping people who want to go out camping in the rain. So keep checking in with yourself and your feelings. How am I feeling when I take this next step? Okay, third time I've done it, less terrifying, I'm growing. And then you're recognizing the changes, you're recognizing your growth, and that is going to help you. Number 5, find and use resources to grow, learn, and heal. So we've already discussed a bit of YouTube and getting the free resources on there. Use YouTube, but also consider things like ChatGPT. If you want to create something that will support other people in a topic that you have a lot of knowledge in, for example, use ChatGPT if you're not feeling like you could write it yourself. Put in the knowledge that you have and say, I want to write an ebook on this, or script out a video for me on this. Try local networking or meetups so you can find other people in similar situations to you, or local groups for people in similar situations. A mum with a young baby, find a little local singing group or a mum and baby group. Go to things where you can find people, or you can find the resources like the videos or the networking group that are going to support you on this journey. Finding friends is just as important as finding the resources. So if there are opportunities like in networking groups to do a bit of both, then absolutely take them. And don't knock what's right in front of you. My husband at one point said, you've just got to do this live. And I did. And that weekend I started running my 7-week Joyscape method healing sessions. And those are the people that will help you grow. Number 6, keep focused on your journey. And in this world, we tend to be very focused on how we're coming across, what we're saying to other people, what people think about us, where we are on their radar. Do we come across as successful? Do we come across as vulnerable? Our ego brain is very concerned. But in doing the overthinking about what other people think of us, we can end up producing a life that's only for show. And even if we're loving it and we're doing things we love and it's exciting, or we're going to places and meeting people and it all looks good on Instagram, even if you're not putting on Instagram, it could look good on Instagram. People could be impressed by it. That doesn't necessarily make us feel good. So a big part of this journey of making your mindset unrecognizable is dropping that need to be impressive to anyone else. And sometimes we're there trying to be inspiring and to inspire other people. But in doing that, we can lose ourselves and go, am I actually feeling like this strong, brave, powerful person? Or actually today, am I feeling a bit vulnerable? That's okay too. Also show that side of it. It's really important that you show not just the ups, but also the downs so that people can relate to you. And even if it's just the way you talk to friends, don't just say yes, and now this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening. Talk about all of it. Talk about you, because sometimes what the most inspiring thing is you saying what's actually going on under the surface and not just the shiny stuff on top. Just remember, it's not selfish to focus on you. You are your first love. You are your number one. And if you struggle with that idea, think of yourself as a child, that more vulnerable side of you, needing your love, needing your care. So focus on you during this journey. Journal, heal, allow, acknowledge yourself and your feelings. Be outdoors. Nature is so powerful for us. And keep shifting the inside out. That was the biggest thing for me. I just kept journaling. I just kept healing. I kept shifting the dark, scary yuckiness out. Anything I thought or felt that just felt bad, instead of just putting the TV on and ignoring it, I got my journal out and I wrote it out, and I would have realizations as I went, bringing that into the light, putting the spotlight on it so it can be healed and let go of, is the biggest life shift I think anyone can do. And that is really possibly the biggest way to change your mindset. Stop holding all that darkness in and get rid of it in a loving way. And number 7, for this mindset shift, notice when you notice a change. We mentioned earlier about that idea of, yes, the first TikTok was scary, but how was the 10th? Notice that change as you go and celebrate them. Celebrate those little changes, and they might be huge changes. When I did my first Joyscape session, I just talked for 1.5 hours. I had slides that I'd done meditations. To this day, that's still a moment that really brings me so much joy. Even though I did 6 more, and even though I now do weekly healings, that is such a big moment for me. So celebrate those moments. Also, put yourself into bigger, scarier moments. What about the first time you go live on TikTok? What about your first long form YouTube video? Yes, your first yoga session was scary, but what about learning to be a yoga instructor? So just take bigger and bigger risks that feel right for you in your journey. You can start small, and then as you've gone along and you've got little small steps, you might suddenly go, do you know what, I'm going to take a slightly bigger step this time. And then you'll do that a couple of times. You go, do you know what, I'm going to go for that job. And it might be a job that 6 months before, you wouldn't have even imagined yourself going for. But you've done all these little things and slightly bigger things and slightly bigger things, and suddenly going for that job, yes, obviously I'm going to go for that job, and you're probably going to get it because your mindset has shifted. So by putting yourself in situations where actually you're automatically going to be out of your comfort zone, that's your way of checking in and going, is this too far? Next time maybe I'll do a little bit less, or actually I was absolutely fine and I'm going to go for the big job. Whether it feels safe, whether it feels easy, whether it felt the hardest thing you've ever done, either way, you're going to come out with a lesson, with something to celebrate, with something to share, with something to love yourself for. And that's these mindset shifts, the biggest mindset shifts. It's that self-love, it's that self-congratulations, it's that naturally being a person who pushes themselves and steps out and tries. And when you're starting from a place of feeling maybe afraid, maybe unsure, maybe who the heck am I, maybe what's going on in my life, maybe, oh, what have I been doing all this time? That might feel a million miles away, but start putting these steps into place now. And I bet you in 30 days, you will start to feel different. Let me know if you're going to give it a go. And I really hope that this supports you in creating an unrecognizable mindset in you too.